Hey guys, it's Grand Admiral Thrawn, and today I'm going to be reviewing both Ahsoka Tano from her Rebels look and Grand Admiral Thrawn. Oh, and by the way, my friend moviefans here.
Hi!
Yeah. So, who do you want to start with, Ahsoka or Thrawn?
Let's start with the Ahsoka.
Actually, I want to start with Thrawn. I
Then
was hoping you'd say Thrawn.
why did you even ask me
Okay.
that? No, okay,
No,
anyway.
I'm not this mean to him in person. This is just a joke. Okay, the reason I want to start with Thrawn is because I want to end it with Ahsoka, because she's the last Rebels character I have to do.
Understandable, actually.
Okay, so we're going to start off with the Grand Admiral himself, who I've named my channel after, Thrawn. Now, this figure they did a great job of. Like, it looks just like Thrawn, except it's not the Rebels version, to be exact, or the comics or anything. Like, it's kind of just Thrawn in general, but he could be the Rebels version, because it looks like the Rebels version.
It is very similar to the Rebels version,
Yeah,
like in general.
I know in the books he doesn't have pupils, but the Rebels figure, like, except this one does. You might not be able to see it, but this one does have pupils, is the thing. So it
kind of is the Rebels version.
It kind of is the Rebels version. He only comes with one accessory. Can you hold it?
Which is understandable, I would say.
It's his blaster, which is pretty good. Like, they made this a custom mold for just him. Like, nobody else has this blaster, I believe.
Yeah. And that's really, I think, the only, like, real accessory that you could give Thrawn.
He does have a holster for his blaster. And then he's great with posability in that, like I did in the thumbnail, you can make it like how he's posing when he's thinking about something. He can do, like, arms behind the back, like the walk that they do in Clone Wars.
Or Rebels.
Or Rebels, yeah. And then they did the thing of how the uniform looks like their calves are bigger, like how they are in Clone Wars and Rebels. And then just look at the face. They did such a great job of detailing his face. They gave him his Imperial, like, what are those, like, insignias or whatever?
I don't really know what you call those.
Yeah, but it means he's a Grand Admiral. They gave him that accurately, and then they gave him those little gold lines that he has on his white uniform, too.
Yes.
Those are accurate.
Like, everything about this figure is, like, very accurate and very, very good looking.
Even his belt has detail on it. Look at that belt.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, everything on him, he has lines to indicate, like, his uniform is clean and presentable. Like, just basically everything.
Like, I think that this figure, like, in general, honestly just manages to, like, capture the essence of what Thrawn, like,
is.
Yeah.
And then it even has, like in Rebels, how when Thrawn is fighting, because, like, well, Thrawn does, unlike every other Imperial, Thrawn fights.
Yeah.
Like, they make it that you can make it him kicking or something.
Yeah.
And then they gave him, like, how he has his boots. That's great detail. They don't look like they're just, like, they cut it off there. It looks like these are actually boots that you put on the figure. They're not, but they look like it. So, yeah, they did a great job of Thrawn. We might come back to him later, but I feel like we're going to go to his box for now.
Yeah.
You can hold the figure if you have anything you want to say about it.
I don't really think there's anything that I can say that we haven't already talked about here.
Yeah. Okay, so getting into the box. Now, I like the archive figures, okay? It's a great way, like, fans vote for them for sometimes, and then you get the figure. However, I don't like how once you get the figure, if you want to get it out of the box, it kind of ruins the box, and it's no good to you anymore.
That is kind of a shame.
Yeah. And then they have a great image of Thrawn on the box.
Yeah.
4+. I've only just noticed that. Oh, on the back they have the same picture of Thrawn, but a little bigger. And then they even have, like, a little thing of the Star Wars timeline telling you where certain things happened.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, this figure came out around the 50th-year anniversary of Lucasfilm, which is pretty cool, honestly. I think so.
Yeah.
And, yeah, like, on the back you'll have a little bit of information about Thrawn. And, yeah, there's not really much we can say about his box, because it's just an archive figure box, but still, it's pretty cool.
It's a cool box.
Yeah. And this is a cool Grand Admiral Thrawn figure. And I gotta say, 10 out of 10 action figure.
I would probably say the same thing. Yeah,
Yeah.
that is a very cool
If you
figure.
find one of these figures, I recommend you buy it, especially because Ahsoka just came out, which we just did a review of,
Yes.
which I'm gonna link in the description.
Yeah.
And yeah, this is the only Thrawn except for a Comic-Con exclusive one, which is like his room in Rebels with all of his accessories that he has
that's
in
cool.
it. Yeah, that is pretty cool. Except it's like impossible to find because it was a San Diego.
It's
Comic-Con
also probably like a bazillion dollars.
Yes, it is.
Um,
But it does come with some great accessories, and then it has this little build, like the box turns into his office. But yeah. Now that we've gotten the Grand Admiral out of the way, we have the former Jedi herself, Ahsoka Tano, in her fulcrum look, which is basically, in other terms, her Rebels look.
Yes.
Now, this figure is also packed full of detail everywhere.
Honestly, I would say that I think that she's slightly more detailed than Thrawn was.
Yeah, I mean, it's not that there's anything wrong with Thrawn. It's more that Ahsoka has way more detail on her because there is more detail they can add. For example, like they have so many stripes on her lekkus, the way how her uniform isn't just like on her, and some of the sleeves like don't connect all the way. There are spots where like you can see her skin. And yeah, like basically every little bit of detail from her Rebels look is included on this figure.
There's even like the marks here, like on her like what would you call that?
Waist
I don't even
cape?
know. What did you
waist
say?
cape, like what Rex wears.
Yeah, like there's even like the markings there and everything. Like
Yeah, they basically have, and then there's like even on her, I don't even know what I would call that, but there's like a little dots there. And then there's articulation, a lot of it in the legs, like in her knees especially. Now, one disadvantage to this figure is they spend so much time with design. However, it does fall over a bit more than your average. Okay.
We just got it perfect by accident, even though we were struggling to stand it up before we started filming.
Yeah. The thing that she wears on her head, that separates like the skin and the lekkus that most of her people wear, they have one of those, and it's got it's full of so much detail. Her legs, they're full of so much detail.
Her like face, like the markings
just her
there,
face,
just
too.
like
I'm gonna zoom in on that.
Everything is very detailed.
Yeah, and it even looks just like Ahsoka.
Yeah.
The eyes, everything. Now, there are very few issues we have with this figure, but here's one I want to talk about.
This is probably the big one.
Yeah, her lightsabers. In Rebels, they're very clearly white, except this is kind of a bluish color.
Like, I guess you could say that it's white, but it looks very blue.
Yeah. Now, I get it. It's probably really hard to make it look like white, but not look fake, and it's just, like, not a lightsaber. So I get it. It's just, I wish that it was a little more blue.
Yeah.
They got
a little more white.
Yeah, they got the detailing right of how one lightsaber is much smaller than the other. And then, here, I'm going to go to the big one. I
actually didn't even notice that part of it. Huh.
Here, you want to hold Ahsoka?
Yeah.
Yeah, they made the bigger one bigger, and how they're like Ventresses in that they curve like Dooku's, but they're skinnier. And then a cool little detail they gave the figure is that you can clip the lightsabers onto her belt.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, and you can remove the blades, but I'm not gonna because I'm wearing a Mando helmet and I don't want to lose it.
Fair enough.
Yeah. And then even her comlink is on her one wrist, which, strangely enough, Hera and Chopper don't get them, but basically every other Rebels... Oh, and Sabine does get it. But basically every other Rebels character gets one, except Hera and Chopper.
It is a little bit weird that they prioritized giving Ahsoka one over Hera and Chopper.
Yeah. I mean, that is on Ahsoka's design, and I don't think Hera's really got a comlink on her. She has those ones that are, like, on your belt, I think. But, yeah. I still would have liked to have Hera get her comlink like Ahsoka has hers. And, yeah, they just gave this figure so much detail. There's not really much I can even talk about because there's just so much detail everywhere on the figure. Like how certain parts of her outfit are different shades of gray. That's there. Like,
yeah, that's like really cool attention.
Yeah. And like I said with Thrawn, they even gave so much detailing to the belt.
Yeah.
The belt. Yeah. Let's see if I can do it a second time, a perfect landing.
That's
Film
weird.
magic here.
Like I swear, before we started, we were struggling to get her upright,
Yeah.
and now that we're filming, that's when it works.
Yeah, I'm glad, honestly. I'd rather it not be falling over.
Yeah.
Now, on the box, they gave us an amazing image of Ahsoka.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, it's a really cool image. And then it even has bits of Sabine's helmet onto this one because, like, when you line them up, they make this cool wall art. And Sabine was number 6, and Ahsoka is number 7.
Makes sense.
Yeah, same image on the back. Now, this is something I've stated in every Rebels figure review, and I've said I'm only going to talk about it in this one, but why not make a tradition? They could have done like the Spectre numbers and have Kanan 1, Hera 2, Chopper 3, Zeb 4, Sabine 5, Ezra 6, and then do Ahsoka as 7, because what difference would it make? Ahsoka is still going to be 7. But yeah. And I've even done 2 videos on 16 missing Black Series from Rebels, and yet 0 of them have been made into a Black Series yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, technically Ezra is getting one off of his, like, Rebels later seasons look, but it's for Ahsoka is the weirdest part.
Especially because he's not even in Ahsoka for that in that look.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Yeah, very few scenes of Ahsoka is he actually in that look.
Yeah.
And then they announced that they are making another Rebels figure, and it's Chopper, with the only difference being his box looks different. It is literally the exact same figure, and that's what frustrates me, that they finally announced another Rebels character, and it's one that we don't really need, because they already made a Chopper figure.
Yeah, it is strange. That is strange.
But getting off the negatives, I think that they did an amazing job of the box. Like I said in my earlier videos, the purple was such a perfect choice for Rebels, and I feel like it's the only Star Wars thing that they could have done purple with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because Rebels, like, has that color scheme.
Yeah, like Sabine's paintings usually have some purple to them.
And the orange, yeah.
Yeah, and the orange. They could have done orange, but, like, so many of them have orange now. The Mandalorian's got orange. Like, so many of them have orange now. It's insane. A New Hope has orange. It's crazy. But, yeah. That's pretty much it for Ahsoka's box. And, yeah. Now we'll come back to the figure. Obviously, another 10 out of 10. Here's what I have to say. Basically, every character they've done for Rebels is a 10 out of 10. Like, if you've watched these videos, they're all 10 out of 10s. Like, even Thrawn, and he's not even from, like, the figure isn't even supposed to be from Rebels. But, yeah. They did an amazing job with Ahsoka. I had so much fun doing all the Rebels characters in preparation for Ahsoka, and even after it was done. And even you got to join in 1 out of the 6 videos.
Yes.
But, yeah, like I said earlier, we did another video on his channel reviewing Ahsoka.
Yeah.
I'm going to link that in the description below. You should probably go check that one out. It's probably a lot of fun. I mean, yeah. I was in there. Yes, I know one of these 2 guys was definitely fun.
Wow.
At least one of them. No, they were both fun. So, yeah, you should definitely go check out that video after you're done with this one. Leave a like, and if you want, you can subscribe. I've got tons of these videos. If you're only watching the Ahsoka one, you should probably go check out the others. But this is Grand Admiral Thrawn signing off. Both of these figures are 10 out of 10s, and I look forward to our next encounter in my next video. And, yeah, that's about it. See ya.
Bye.